All right, y'all. Hopefully that worked out. Strange shit has been happening with the live feed, everybody. We halfway through the show, and then it's like, hey, I'm like, what? I'm the host of Fans of Patrol. Welcome to Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable co-host, Miss Tiffobot. How are you this week, Tiff?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing excellent. Hey, I forgot the little banner down there. I gotta,
Yeah.
produce and do the shit all the time. I'm getting better at this shit, though. Believe it or not, even though it looks bad.
No,
There's a lot of mistakes.
you're doing great.
So this week, man, we have a Fans of Patrol double feature. Something I don't know if we've ever done before.
I don't think we've ever done anything. We've done 2 movies before, I think, but never 2 movies that came out the same weekend.
Yeah. We've done 2 and kept one in the kitty, right? We're like, we'll release this next week, right? No, but this week we are doing 2 films that's in the box office. That's at the box office right now. The first show we're doing, and we will cut this stream off. So if you're hanging around with us for the second one, or just go to the next one. It's going to cut off. We're going to do another one. We'll send a whole new link to Tiff, and we're going to roll. But we're doing Black Phone 2 in honor of our spooky ookie bookie series of Halloween movies for this 2025. Also, because Montego's a major Tron fan, there's no way in the world I could wait to review Tron in November. So we're doing Tron Aries, a movie that I have been highly anticipating for years. I mean, years and years and years. The more and more Tron, the better I feel. I'm starting to feel better about Tron, like more so than Star Wars, because Star Wars has just been so disappointing, and they gave you so much garbage. You know what I'm saying? You was like,
Anyway,
anyway,
starting to betray you.
Yes, it is. Andor, was probably the greatest Star Wars shit, which has just happened. So I can't really complain, right? Andor was just like the bomb, and I have that. I will always have that forever. Rogue One, I will have that and always have that forever. And then, all the rest of that shit was kind of like, well, Mandalorian season 1 and
Yeah,
2
you like that.
that was pretty good. Other than that, I mean, people like, you just keep naming shit, anyway.
But to be fair, yeah, when you say like you keep naming stuff that you like, sure, but then you think there's so many more.
Oh, it's so much I don't like. I mean, notice I didn't say it. The more I think about the sequel trilogies, the Rey and Finn whole thing, the more and more I feel like I'm not even sure if I even like The Force Awakens that much no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we were Star Wars starved for like 10 years, and then, they gave it to us. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Star Wars stuff. Like, I need to stay on topic. We have 2 whole shows to do. So, Tiff, we've been on this journey of spooky ookie bookie. I should have told you this off mic, but what have we done this spooky ookie bookie season so far, just to catch people up if they missed any of the shows?
So we did. Oh gosh, you're putting me on the spot because my brain is real rotten.
So
what did we watch? Clearly left an impression. We watched. Here's the thing. We watched Nosferatu. We watched that last.
That was last week. We did Nosferatu last week.
We watched a movie I was excited about, and then it wasn't that good.
We did Long Legs.
Long Legs.
We did Weapons.
Yeah, we did Weapons, and then we also did Long Walk, which we
did
about.
We did the Long Walk, and unofficially, but part of
unofficially,
Spooky was the Conjuring series.
Oh, we've done a lot. It's almost been like 2 months.
That's because we cheated with September.
We did a little bit. While the movies were out, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly. So funny enough about the Conjuring, I was I had to when I went to go see the movies for our movies. Conjuring 2 was still going, and people were in there. I mean, a lot of people. Like, I was waiting like in the lobby like a stalker, waiting for my next movie to start.
Your break, you don't feature.
Right. And like people were like going in when I was still going. Like, yeah, they were like early for the next one and just went on in. And I'm like, damn. I was like, man, it's a lot of people in that damn. Considering it's on streaming, I wanted to people know that it was on streaming, or they just go to the movie because it's Halloween.
Maybe, yeah. Either one, they don't know, which is such a kick in the pants, or they do know, but they want to go for the the
Yeah, the spook,
ambiance, the
the
experience.
spook. They want a little
Yeah, it's
spooky,
a
a little
little time
spooky.
of the October. Yeah.
Exactly. Which is cool, man, because this is a great time of the year, and like the weather started acting like October. Everything is,
Yeah, last night was such an October night. I
oh,
know
it's
that
perfect.
it was such a vibe, but we saw Tron yesterday. I should have flipped them. I
Uh-huh.
went to Black Phone
Mhm.
Friday, and then we did Tron last
Oh,
night.
you made 2 nights out of it. See, I was just like, "I'm plowing through. I'm gonna sit, and then I'm gonna take I'm gonna put these movies as close as together as I can." So I had like a 40-minute break in
Sure.
between the movies, and then I was able to jump into the other one, so that was pretty good. And so, yeah, man, it was nice and fall yesterday. I spent my time yesterday, um, hanging out with fellow Americans at No Kings rallies, man. I was doing that, having a ball with a bunch of strangers, man. It felt like America. Felt like America. I just felt good being around a bunch of people, uh, all from different walks of life and stuff, coming together, for one reason, being Americans. So that's what I did yesterday, and so had a good time with that. And I had to go to the movies. So I've been rolling, Tiff.
Yeah, you've been really rolling.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
watched all of Tron, every single Tron yesterday.
Woo! I didn't think you had it in your tip, so I can't wait till we get to Tron so
I
we
know
can
we're
talk
going
about
there. We're
it.
gonna go to the Tron.
Right,
But
right.
yes, that's another reason why I didn't do them all in one day, was because I knew I was going to watch. My sister came over and we watched all Tron.
Oh my God. I can't wait to talk about
Yeah.
that on the next show. So hang around with us, jump on the next stream, and we're going to do Tron Aries and check that out and have all the details. But today, Tiffobot, we're here for a different reason. We're here to continue the spook, and that's with Ethan Hawke and Black Phone 2. I saw Black Phone 1 on an airplane.
Hmm.
Weird enough, I was something that I saw that was like, oh, that looks very interesting. And there I was on a plane, and I was like, let me watch it. Normally that's a bad sign, right? Because when you're watching shit on airplanes, you're like, people are like, oh yeah, I watched it on a plane, and people are like, you know. So
I've
under
seen some of my favorite movies on a plane, like for the first time.
yeah, it's weird, right? It's like,
Hmm.
the hell am I doing here? I mean, I can't believe I didn't see this in theaters. I'm
Hmm.
sitting there on the plane and stuff. So anyway, man, saw the first one. So intrigued by it. Was not what I expected. Got way more of that movie than that I thought it was going to give me. I thought it was just going to be like a serial killer thing, which I don't like normally.
Hmm.
Uh, but when they added the supernatural element to it, I was like, because I like that supernatural stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
you
I
like
was
a
like,
little bit of a
yeah,
boo.
I want the spook.
Little ghost, little ghost.
I want that spooky and that ooky. I gotta have a spooky. And that means spook. I want a spook. So somebody chasing somebody, yeah, 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 yeah. But mm, you know,
Yeah, you want the no
it's too,
chance to
it's
escape,
just
really.
too real with serial killers.
Sure.
It's like this is not really horror.
What's crazy is one of the horror movies I watched not for the show this week was a 2002 movie called Dahmer that
Hmm.
stars Jeremy Renner as Jeffrey Dahmer.
So that's billed as like a horror movie and not like a bio flick or something.
Yeah, because this movie was more very focused on the horrific aspects of it, I
Yeah, I don't know if
suppose.
that counts as spooky movie.
But it's
I don't.
not.
Yeah.
Well, it was under. Here's the thing: it's under Criterion's 2000s horror collection,
Oh,
so
oh,
that's
goodness.
why I gave it a chance. And
Jeremy Renner, huh?
that what? That's the thing. Like, I was of the opinion that Jeremy Renner was not a great actor, but after this, I've changed my mind a bit.
Oh, he's fine. I mean,
Yeah, that's what changed my mind.
yeah,
So it
good.
was a very
Yeah.
disturbing movie. Also, very disturbing.
He's an actor. Yes,
He's an
sir.
actor. Yeah.
I am an actor, sir.
So yeah.
Anyway, so let's get into this black phone, man. So let me see here. What am I doing? So Black Phone 2025, rated R. It's rated R, right? But I had in my theater, I had an advertisement, a trailer for Back to the Future, PG. I was like, what the hell? Because
Well,
it's like the 40th. I was like, PG. Normally they show you all the heinous shit,
they do. When
you
it's when
know.
you go to see a scary movie, they're like, "Want to see some other fucked up shit?" And you're like, "I didn't necessarily sign up for that one. Like, I just came for
Right.
this."
Exactly. You see
You're
somebody
like,
get
no,
tongue
this is our chance.
and
It's our chance.
you're like, whoa, whoa,
Red
whoa,
band, red
whoa.
band, red band.
For sure.
Well, it's crazy. You say that you saw a PG advertisement. I was in the theater. There was a child.
Somebody brought their goddamn baby to mine. Wait a minute. That was the other movie. Okay. So I take it back.
This one was at because it is confusing because it's all like with a
Whoa, whoa,
very short
whoa.
time span. But it was a child of mine.
Wait a minute. Let me flip that whole thing because they were bigger. Some dude brought like his son and his son's friend, and then some woman and her kid showed up right next to me, right? They were like 10. And I'm like,
To the black phone too.
yes.
Yes, this kid was like 10.
It
It's
was
hard for me to
they
say
all
how
were like
old.
10. And I'm sitting there like, that's why y'all kids is fucked up. All right. Let's just keep it real. That's why y'all kids is fucked up. Y'all introduced them to all this bullshit early. Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody can handle it. You know what I'm saying? And you never know what you're gonna get. So why do it? You know, you don't know how
Yeah,
it's
also
gonna
just
affect your kid.
let your children enjoy the things kids like, whatever it is.
Yes, yeah, I'm
Bob the
sure they
Builder.
would have rather been seeing some monster trucks somewhere,
Yeah,
or some shit.
yeah.
I
Take
was
them
like,
out.
wow, wow. So anyway, man,
Also, like, don't take your kids to movies because you want to see them.
I was so surprised because I was just like, even as a kid, I mean, as a 10-year-old,
This movie would have scared the shit out of me as a
I
10-year-old.
wouldn't. And then the fuckers kept talking, right? And so I wanted to get
Mm-hmm.
mad. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Mm.
was sitting there like,
And then you yell at them, and then like the reason they're scarred for life is because some guy yelled at them.
oh, well, I did. I don't give a shit. All right, I did pull a guys. Come on. I mean,
Oh,
literally.
yeah. Well, that's nice though. That's polite because they
Because they
should
were
know.
one seat away from me, and the whole time, right? It's too. You're immature. You shouldn't be in this movie. They
But
kept
also,
talking. They
like,
kept talking.
parents. Come on,
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, yeah. Okay, enough of my old
We
man.
gotta
Moment.
stop. We gotta talk about the movie.
Enough of my old man moment, right? So let me see. Directed by Scott Dickerson, whoever he is, I don't know who he is. Rated R, 1 hour 54 minutes. Tiffobot. As Finn, now 17, struggles with his life after his captivity, his sister begins receiving calls and having dreams about a black phone and seeing disturbing visions of 3 boys, Tiffobot. That's very specific. Being stalked at a winter camp known as Alpine Lake. That's very, very spot on and accurate. I think this.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's
You,
exactly it.
now you don't even need to
No
see it.
questions. No questions. Don't need to see it. That's the movie.
Exactly. So who is in this movie, Tiffobot?
Okay. So it's Mason
Oh,
Thames. I
oh,
don't.
before you proceed, I got a surprise for you, Tiffobot. I
Oh,
just want you to know that I have a surprise for you.
oh
And I didn't
shit.
even tell you about this.
I'm
But go ahead.
scared.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Mason Thames. Madeline McGraw.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Hawke, of course.
Ethan Hawke is like doing so much better now I don't know if he's doing better now, old man, but he's definitely get his roles.
I think he's like in that momentum.
Yeah, he got, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Selling that up.
momentum.
For sure.
Demian Bashir.
Yes.
Jeremy Davies or
Yes.
Davis, excuse me. Ariana Rivas
Mm-hmm.
and Anna Lore, Graham Abbey, Miguel Mora, Maeve Beatty.
Yeah.
Is that
That's about it. Yeah. So yeah, that's who was in the movie. Very happy to see the same actors returning. You know what I'm saying? They didn't
I like that.
wait so long till you didn't even recognize them. You know what I'm saying? It was just like,
Yeah.
I hate that. You like when you question the fact if even it's the same, person,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. You guys waited 17 years to come back to this, and then still putting on little dresses and little pants on these dudes like they still kids. Stranger Things.
Yeah. She's 45.
I know. Like, I just saw a trailer for Stranger Things, and I'm like looking at 11. I'm like, just a grown married ass woman having kids and shit.
Yeah.
God damn, I don't. It's just not. They're not kids anymore. Anyway, Jeff. Before we go any further, it's one word. Sound
Okay, all right. Oh,
Hey, I couldn't do it for the longest, right? Couldn't do it. Now I'm like,
congratulations.
I'm
Hell
learning
yes.
this thing only after like 100 shows. You know what I'm saying? I can do some
Yes.
things.
Most excellent.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, One word.
Black phone to Tiffobot, one word.
One word. One word.
Mhm.
This is hard for me because I don't want to say uh like initially I wanted to say like, oh, it's average, it's pretty good. But it's like, yeah, I had a good time watching this, so I want to say like fair, but fair almost sounds like too rude. Like it's like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like there were some things about this movie that I was like, okay,
Okay. Okay.
but there's other things about that I was like, oh, I had a good time watching it.
Mhm. Okay. 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 My one word is
Mhm.
ookie.
Yeah.
Something spooky ooky. It was
Yeah.
very ooky. It's completing the journey for me. It was spooky and mooky enough, and I enjoyed it. I
Hmm.
enjoyed it, and it wasn't conjuring spooky, but it was still spooky, man. I mean, y'all. I mean, when they, I hate that the trailer ruined the moment where he's on the phone with him, next to that water, that
Yeah.
frozen lake, because it would have been such a better moment for that voice to come through, and so but then I still thought about like the filmmaker, and I was like, the filmmaker still did it right. The filmmaker still filmed that scene and it was still good. I just got my ooh in
Right.
the trailer, which was bullshit, right? Because you didn't need to do it that way. If we saw that Ethan Hawke was in the damn thing in the Billings, then you'll know. You wouldn't have to spoil the fact that he's battling the same thing, you know what I'm saying, and this thing is
Hmm.
calling from beyond the grave. But saying all that, I loved it. It's right. Actually, I think it might. I don't know, man. It might be better than the first one to me, man. It was so. What I really liked about it, it was different. It was the same franchise, but it was different. So different, but the same. I know it's
Yeah.
just confusing.
There was an allowable difference, I would say. Because at first when I saw this trailer, I was like, God damn, like why is it so different? But then I remembered that
The spirits.
the girl has the dreams in the first
Yes.
one.
Yes.
It's just a continuation of more of like that storyline that's intensified
Yeah.
because he has now like crossed over but has gotten like stuck
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
way.
Dope. Just like his victims were before. So that made perfect sense. But
Hmm.
you kind of forget about those elements. So I dug this shit. And it was spooky enough for me too. So, but before we go any further, we can still check out some other things about Black Phone. So that's who's in the movie.
Mm.
Let's see where the Rotten Tomatoes falls on this. So right now it's at 74% Tiff, and
Mm.
that's from the critics, but the fans, Tiffobot. The fans is at 85% with this one. So people are loving this movie, man. I mean, people are loving it. I mean, you can look at this. The 74 is not bad, for um score. And I probably would hover around a 74 if I had to rate this from a scale from 1 to 100.
Yeah, yeah. I
74
think
is good.
74 is a good.
I mean, yeah, 74 is good. I don't think it's an 85, but I mean, I can easily see why people would say that. And let's see what else. How much money has this thing made? Now, this is scary, Tiffobot. It's only made $10 million.
I saw that. I saw that. It's crazy.
I'm like, man, nobody's going to see this shit
But also, let's once again
at
look
Halloween.
at look at how much these things cost. The Long Walk, we want to remind everyone, $20 million.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This movie, 30 million.
So it costs 30.
Yeah. This
Oh,
has 30 million box office, 42 million gross
oh,
on my
really?
end. What's
Really?
yours say?
I'm looking at Box Office Mojo, and it's
Mm.
worldwide 10 million, 10,780,000.
Is that it's what it's won? What it's
That's
won what it's made?
oh, wait
Or
a minute.
what it's
It says domestic 10 million and worldwide 10 million. Okay, so 20 million. Is that right? This is gross $10 million. Domestic. Ah, so it's 20 million. Wait a minute. This is wrong. So what do you got, Tiff? This ain't right.
this is Wikipedia. It says it cost $30 million to make, and that it's 42 million is the source is the numbers from
Okay.
October 19th, 2025.
Okay. So yeah, this is wrong. Thank you, Box Office Mojo, for having me stumble and stammer all over this damn thing because it can't be.
Yeah.
It
Get
says
your shit together.
domestic and the worldwide is the same number. So that's it's not right. That's not accurate. What does IMDb say, just in case?
Yeah.
Ta-da-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Give us some more information.
Give us some more information. Just yeah, because I never like saw that it was just that damn wrong before. You know what I'm saying? This says box office US and Canada, so that's domestic, 10 million. So and it says worldwide 10 million.
I don't
Gave
know. I
exact
don't
number.
understand.
Oh,
There's
wait a
just no way.
yeah, something's wrong. Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, something's wrong, Tiff. Something's wrong with these numbers. So we don't know what this damn thing is made so far. So that's two damn
Yeah.
sources. Ah, anyway.
I don't know. And I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. Difficult to know. It's a difficult number to measure until it's been a long time and it's kind of already not it's like over.
They know they be knowing though in the first and second,
They do know.
so that's kind of weird.
But
So
I acknowledge I don't know how they know. I
yeah,
mean, I know how they know, but like, you know what I mean?
yeah. But wow. Wow, so we probably won't get another one of these, maybe. I don't know. Damn. I'm looking forward to the
Oh
sequel.
my god, hilarious.
Like 30 Cougar, this suck out, you know what I'm saying?
I like that this movie is like 4 years after the last one because it gives you some time to like so that's obviously these kids have had some pretty serious trauma. Even the sister who's like, oh, taking to get those dreams that are so fucked up.
And let me tell you something, Tiffobot. I like that about the movie, that it didn't ignore that. Like that, hey, you would be jacked up after this,
Right. Yeah, right.
It's not like the girl coming back from Nightmare on Elm Street, like she's a warrior now. And every lady who was in Scream series who came back are all
Would
like,
come back
they're
like
all warriors now, like my
you'd
ass
be like
in the corner, like, shit.
you'd be the psych ward.
Wouldn't recover from that, Tiffobot.
No.
No. Anyway, man, let's get into it. So the movie starts, man, and we got our kid Finnegan beating the shit out of some kid, right? And it was okay that he was beating his ass, Tiff, because he had on a blazer in high school. So we
So
know
you so much like it
he
was
was
like
dude,
deserved it.
he was that major. He was part of the Young Republicans Club or some shit like that, right?
And then he's just like, and she's like, why? And he's like, new kid.
Yeah. So all right off the back, Tip, I loved his attitude. I liked his approach at life because he was such a likable kid in the first movie, right? And he was already dealing with trauma because all his buddies was getting snatched, right?
Right. It's not just that he was also fucking in there. All his friends are gone.
Mama killed herself, right? Friends was getting snatched. What the hell? This kid ought to be in a rubber room.
He's
somewhere.
well adjusted. He's well adjusted.
Only way he could figure out the way to do was that self-medication token on that reefer, Tiff.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this. There's so much of that in this movie. Every 5 seconds, he's out
straight
there.
now, y'all.
I can handle it.
So anyway, man, sister's there. Did not like her haircut. I was like, what? I almost didn't recognize her at first. I was like,
well, the thing is like it also makes her look really young, which is like crazy because like he looks so much older.
He did. It took me a minute to be like,
yeah, it took me, me too. I was like, oh, it is the same kid.
Actor, is that the same actor? Because I was like, yeah, he has, but he probably 23, but he looked like he was fine to be a 17-year-old.
Sure, yeah. You can't be like not all acting can be done by the person of that age.
Yeah. So he's walking, man, and his little buddies show up. His buddy's brother, who's hitting on the sister, getting Duran Duran tickets, and I loved the period of this, and what I think that the director did really good was that he didn't make the period the star. It wasn't like obnoxious girls on film.
Oh, stop! I love girls on film.
I love Duran Duran. Anyway, that's I say that out loud. I love Duran Duran. But he didn't litter the movie with all these tunes just thrusting it into your face. That
it doesn't. It seems almost like now, like even though you're saying like now that you mention it, it definitely has. I think that's also a sign of a good set piece because you're not even focused on what time period it is because there's nothing that goes wrong enough for you to be like, this isn't the 80s.
Yeah. And one thing I like about the older period films that's so much better than like films now, no cell phones. So you can't rely on that bullshit and looking at my phone. And if you're staring into the breeze smoking weed, that's all you doing. You ain't sitting there.
There's no
texting Lisa or who the hell that is. So yes, very period like that, and old boy is hearing the phone. He walking past the phone. He won't even help the spirits. He like, look, I done been through enough. I can't help you.
To be fair though,
yeah,
leave him alone.
And that's what I'm saying. Look, these shits is pretty slick. I like how they dealt with this trauma. I mean, they made sure that it was almost like, hey, mental health is real. Everybody, please go talk to your therapist. The weed cannot do it for you. You need to talk. This movie was screaming it without screaming it, without
Mm,
scratching your face out. I was like, oh, good. I mean, because he didn't break through until he broke through, until he was actually talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Didn't
mhm.
have to be a professional, but shit, that was just too much trauma. Think about it. So in this movie's timeline, he killed the grabber, right? And he said, and we find out later that immediately these other voices start, right? I know he was like, God damn,
Yeah, so I can't even get 2 minutes.
couldn't get a minute, right? So like he's seeing the grabber all over the place, Tiff, and the girl is having these dreams about these kids, which I was like,
The one part where she lifts the bed and the one of them's under, that was the scariest part of the fucking movie.
that was scary. But what the thing about it was they were showing what was happening to those kids before we even got to that part.
Mhm.
And it was like, ooh, man. I mean, y'all showing children like that. So I mean, they did it in a way.
They did, yeah,
I mean, they did it
kind
in
of.
a way like when they would just show the coat, the bloody coat, and say it was effed up, but it still was better than what they could have did. It was still bad, but so this stuff was happening to these kids, which was confusing me, Tiff. I don't know how you felt. I was confused. I was like, how are these damn kids going missing at this damn camp? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This Christian
yeah,
camp. You
but
know, every parent in the world would be there
70s.
with pitchforks and torches and shit, burning that place down. Everybody in there would have got murdered in there. Every counselor, all of them,
Yeah.
like you said, it's the 70s. We ain't
They're
taking this shit. So yeah, man, the kids are getting killed up there, and like the camp is open, right? So sister finds the thing, and let's go
Yeah,
to
so
this
the
camp.
sister gets information from their mom. The call from the
Mm,
mom, the young mom.
that's how the movie started, right? I'm
Yeah,
wrong,
she's
right?
like, "I'm on the phone," and she's, like,
She
telling
was
her about the
she was
camp
talking to
and,
her
like, the
daughter as a
numbers.
young girl. That was
Yes.
pretty amazing. I was like, oh shit, that's damn. What the girl goes, I'm actually your daughter in the future. That didn't happen. I couldn't resist myself. I would
Yeah.
have been like, Mama.
Yeah, yeah, I think that they're like, I would have a hard time, but there's that part later, and I wanna talk about that,
Okay.
but, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll get there. We'll get
we'll
there,
get
right?
there. So, they they decide that they're gonna go to this camp
Yeah.
and be pre-camp like, counselors in
Trainers.
training.
Yep. Counselors in training. Like, I never
Um,
heard of that before. And I've been to camp my whole life.
I think I have heard of something similar, and I think it's a shady way to not pay you, but they
It's
said that you
probably
had to
all
get,
it is.
yeah.
It's
You know what
probably
I
all
mean? Like,
it is. Yeah.
you're in training, so you're not getting paid.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So they go to this place, they get into this winter storm. So many nuances to this movie that like was it necessary for the director to do it? No. But did it make the movie feel like more of an experience? Yes. Like when he got out the car and started walking in front of the car, to get to the thing. That was cool. It was totally unnecessary because they could have just showed up like, oh, that was terrible, right?
Right.
But I was like, that's
Now we don't have to
cool.
wonder how we got there, but
Yeah,
also just, like, it added a little bit of that element that I'm sure you are maybe, as a person who lives in an area where it snows a bunch sometimes,
mhm,
and we don't even have mountains, right?
right.
That scares me so bad, and they're teenagers driving up this mountain.
Inexperienced drivers and stuff like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I'm like,
yeah,
"How?"
yeah. And I actually was the last time I was in some weather like that, probably the year before last, going to get my kid at New York at our school. And it was like white out like that. I kept pressing on, man. I ain't had nobody running in front of my car. I was just like,
Ooh.
I see but
Nope.
I wasn't in no damn mountains either. Anyway, so they get there. We got an attractive young lady on the horse. So I'm like, nobody gonna try to get on a hot ass senorita over here, man. What the fuck is dude?
I was surprised that there was no romance.
Yeah, me too, because she was hot. I was like, oh yeah, she hot. And you had the father who was, said he was in prison, went to prison. Had this kid, all the campers were gone, which I was like, I don't know if I like that or not. I would have liked to see a couple of more young people there for a little wild bang factor, because I would have liked to see some. First of all, if you had more I guess they didn't want to turn into Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying? So that they
Mhm.
have a bunch of camp counselors getting killed and stuff like that. And so they get there, they put them in these rooms with these big old heaters. And I don't give a shit, Tiffobot.
Mhm.
So the sister, what we didn't bring out, talk about was she sleepwalking all over the place, and she in the grass
Right,
basement.
right. You just be like,
She's
and I
walking
know,
everywhere, and the brother coming out in his drawers to come get her. I mean, she need to be tied down at night, like the Conjuring, right? They need to put that thing around her leg, so she don't
well,
get
like,
out the
I was
bed.
just, like, surprised that she like, you would have anyone sleep alone in those cabins because, like, I don't understand, like, there's that, like, little
Nah, nah.
pressure situation where,
Look, the
like,
state is not
"Oh."
coming up here to shut us down in this winter storm. We're
Right,
safe.
and I think that we would they would make exceptions for certain
100,
situations, especially since one of them was her relative, her brother. Do you know
100%,
what I mean? So, like, I
100%.
do like the way that these cabins look. They're very, like, creepy.
Look, we ain't had nothing like
Um
that when I went to camp. Wasn't no heaters in there. With no, no.
Right, but, like, I went and I liked it. I liked the sort of, like,
Oh, it
it
gave it a
has, like,
nice,
a look, it has a vibe, it has,
gave
like,
it
a
a nice low key.
scary,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
a little red light, and, I had a camping situation when I was younger that was, like, a winter camp that I
Yeah,
went to with my family,
yeah.
and we stayed in a really
You went to a
creepy.
winter. I was sitting there like, man, people don't go to no damn camping. No winter. I went into the fall before. You know what I'm saying? Like a retreat because it was a
Yeah.
Christian camp too. But I went to a retreat in the fall, but I've never been in the winter. Get the hell away from me. I'm sorry, y'all. The goddamn cat. Just got my microphone doing this shit. You go get the brother. Go away. Go. Quit. Okay.
So, like, yeah, so I've had this experience. It wasn't like an organized camp. It wasn't like we went to a camp, my family, and it was really fun.
No, no,
So,
no. I
like,
understand. That's like a lodge in the winter. I would
yes,
do
a
that.
lodge in the wintertime, yeah, but it wasn't, and it was like a camp that was disused, so, like, I get it, but, like, I also thought that because I had that experience, but it wasn't like a, "Hey, come down to, like, Rudy's Ranch for the winter roundup." It
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't like that, you know what I mean? But I was like, "Yeah, there's no way that they would make her sleep in that room by herself,"
Okay.
especially if they told her.
Hey,
I also didn't
fuck
understand because there's
you.
that.
I'm not staying over there. You can't make me. Yeah,
Right, what are
I'm
you
sleeping with
what
my
are you gonna
brother.
do? You can, like, you're not gonna hire me, so, like, what are you gonna do, kick me out and then
Yeah,
be a
dude.
murderer?
I know, dude.
But, like,
I'm not sleeping over there. Kiss my ass.
even then, so there's that couple that's, like, living on on the grounds. I guess
Yep.
they're, like, the camp lea I don't know, the camp leaders, but they don't really
They were
have a
managers. No, no,
big
no, no.
pivotal part in the movie,
Yeah, because
and I
they were cowards. So I think that was supposed to be they were and cannon fodder at the end too. So
right, so, like, so why didn't they just be like, "Oh, come stay at our house because you're a child?"
oh, because she was a c word, Tiff. I
She
mean,
was, but
you
it, like,
know,
but for no reason, it didn't lead anywhere.
hey, that wasn't happening. So I'll be remiss if I don't give enough credit to these dream sequences because at first I was pissed with the grainy look, and I was like, oh, that's their dream sequences is without making stuff look.
Right, without having them, and also I thought that having them to be like, every time she does it, be like, "Honk, wee, 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 wee," and then, so, it's an
Yeah,
easy
and
way
then
for the
do the
audience
do
to
the
identify.
do the heart music and stuff.
Right,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh, she's dreaming." I will say that there was a lot of dream sequences. I felt like that got a little.
I thought right when I got sick of it, it paid off, Tiffobot. It paid off. You know what I'm saying? So when he chased her to the grabber's house and all that stuff, and the little boy saved her, I loved all that. I love when they got to the camp, and I'm gonna tell you something else that this movie did really well. That emotional grab at times, I dug it.
I agree. I do think that this movie does have a very accurate portrayal of of a good sibling relationship.
Sibling relationship, the relationship with the father, how they straighten all that shit out.
And I would argue even a young person's relationship because nothing really happens. They don't kiss or nothing, but, like, they like it. They have feelings for each other and
Let me
they go,
explain. Let me explain. Let me explain something, Tiffobot. I will not allow this one, Tiffobot. I will not allow it. Let me tell you
why?
something. That's my sister. You ain't getting in the bed
Oh,
with my
I see what you're
that ain't
saying.
happening.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
while I'm here. You bastards, whatever y'all do out my look, I'm not gonna be sitting up there and like, yeah, dude over there with my sister. He. That shit ain't happening. I don't know a brother in
It
the
would be
world.
weird anyway.
There ain't a brother in the world that allow that shit. I don't allow it, Tiffobot. No way. I don't allow it. So that wouldn't have happened. That was movie shit.
But
You
I
know,
mean, like, their relationship is very realistic. Like,
it
he
was.
likes her, doesn't say
It
much.
was.
They're young.
It
So,
was.
like, they do a lot of believable
It was Tiffobot, except for that
people in
bullshit
this.
because she would have been in her
You
own
you that's just
bed. She would have been in her own bed. That brother would have been sitting there like, especially the way that him and the dad was acting like watching. He only went because he was like, look at this, but oh no, I'm going. So,
right.
so that wouldn't have happened, man. He wouldn't have, when she got in the bed with him, I was like, what the fuck, dude? No, that ain't happening. No, it ain't happening. Anyway, so I just knew Ernie's ass was going to be cannon fodder. I said, "Oh, he's dead," when he got in that car. When he was driving that car, I was like, "Oh, he dead. He ain't gonna make it."
Right.
But other things happen. So, man, the dream sequences are rock solid, and like you said, it got to the point when it got to that point that I was like tired of this shit. But then that movie did some shit I have never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Even with Freddy Cougar, which is remind me of with
Right. Well,
Michael
very much so. I
Myers.
think you cannot escape the
Exactly. The
comparison.
person was always poking themselves with something or hurting themselves some kind of way in their dream. This some bitch was there, Tiffobot. She was floating. She was
Right.
floating all over the and I said, "Oh, they paid it off." So it would you are going to die effing around with this dude, man. And I really like that scene, Tiffobot, because it just didn't end. I mean, he was trying to
Yes,
kill
true.
her ass, and
Yeah.
everybody grabbing on her, the knives being thrown. I was like, this son of a bitch, he's there for real. He can hurt them for real. You don't have to be dreaming in order for this thing to happen, right? I mean, he was there. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think like yeah, I think like for like especially for her because she's got like that she's got the psychic link
Yes.
situation. So then they find out that the grabber went to this camp
Yeah, well, I knew. I'm
at
like,
the same time.
how long was that gonna take to come out? They stretched that.
Right, like we get it. We understand.
Yeah, yeah.
That her mom was there at the same time, and like basically that this family has been in like not cahoots because that would imply that they were working together, but like in a horrible tandem with the grabber man.
They were being like, what do you call it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just said it best. Yeah, I mean,
They, they
how
are
else?
intrinsically connected somehow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let me see. We do have some talking here. What do we got? Black woman
Family
is
event of the
family
year.
of the year. So is her podcast. Yeah. I don't know, man. It was a great family film. Families being the what does that next one say, Tip about that other
It's
comment?
coming up.
Yeah, yeah,
It's hard to open them.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Look into it. We'll have to see when it pops up.
Oh no, no, no. Here's one here.
Can you see it? Mine won't let me read them.
No, me neither. I'm having trouble. I don't
Magic,
know.
magic. This is the behind the scenes magic.
There we go.
Oh, it's just my sister. She's saying hello.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
Hello, Kate.
Tell her I said hi.
Tell your sister who's watching this right now that I said hi.
The first movie being the Black Phone, and the sequel being Black Phone 2. It's got to
Ah! Actually, I can see that for real. The Black Phone 2. Oh shit.
be.
What if it was called? So the first one's the Black Phone, and then the second one's the Black Phone Ring a Ding Ding. Would that like be an acceptable
Where's my
sequel
what?
title to
Oh.
you? Oh my god, I'd be shitting
Where's
myself.
my bad joke thing? Anyway, let's
I
start.
I like a bad subtitle to a movie. To be fair, but they just
Yeah.
went plain Black Phone, the blackened phone. Yeah, yes, correct.
So anyway, man, where were we? So, man,
Where were
where were we? So, yeah, man. So they figured out they got to like release these spirits, right? And they're all gonna be in this river, right? So they got to do this stuff because he gonna kill them. It became very obvious, right, that they
Which
were.
okay, that's the problem here. Is that like, why are you looking for the boys down there as if the police have not been like you're gonna do it?
Yeah. Your sister.
Y- You?
Well, they're doing it, Tiff.
They
So
do. Like, yeah, but here's the thing: they do the first, and they scream, and he's out there, and he sees the boy down there.
yeah.
Call the police. What are you gonna? Well, we're gonna find the rest of them now. I'm like, no, you're not.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They were snowed in like a fat rat. Wasn't no cops coming.
It doesn't matter. You still gotta call them because now you look fucking guilty because you're a camp counselor at a camp with a bunch of dead boys.
Yeah, that's true. Let me say something else. Another scary scene for me is when that damn snowman was outside that window.
Okay, listen. Yes, I really, really liked that, but I also laughed
Yeah.
because it was such a funny, sort of scary thing. That was one of my favorite parts. That's one of my favorite parts.
I'm hitting the
And then he
window.
like
Pew,
hits the window, and you can see like the face.
pew.
Excellent work. That's some good work.
I was like, shit, this ghost is a motherfucker.
Yeah, he just wants to make you feel really scared, right? He even says that later. He's like, I don't, it can't just be that. You have to be really scared.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, man, we have this ballet that ensued of these hijinks on this ice, right?
Mhm.
Because they're stuck on this ice. The daddy comes in. They have this heartwarming heart to heart moment. And like, before that, yeah, she follows the guy and finds out that he kills the mom and all that stuff. And, it's bad, right? So one thing that didn't pay off, Tiff, is like she grabbed some power like the Dream Warriors and running Freddy Krueger's movie. She boom, knocked him on his ass and was like, I have the power of my dream. Then
Mhm.
she went back to sleep and she ain't had no power the next time she went in there. He came and he was just effing up everybody, right, on them skates.
Oh
He
my god.
was just like skating death,
The
right?
skates, the skates. I'm like screamed out loud. He's like a undead evil being with like all this maniacal powers, and he's like on my
He
skates.
hit that dude with the axe underneath the arm and drug
Hmm.
him around that whole thing. That was pretty bad. I thought the boyfriend was gonna get it in this scene. I thought his ass was grass, right?
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen. He actually makes it. I was very surprised.
Yeah, he makes it. Yeah, I was surprised that he wasn't just an additional
And
fodder. You know what I
so
mean?
the daddy jumps down and he's gonna save, he's gonna bring the kid up. All these fuckers would have been dead of hypothermia. Like Miguel would have died. I think that's his real name, Miguel. He wouldn't have made it. The sister's ghost went in the water, right? And she was able to, I guess that was her power, right? She was able
Hmm.
to like have some power lifting up the
Yes.
thing. And the dad jumped down there, he would have been dead too. You know what I'm saying? You first of all, you ain't finding your way back to that hole, right? I'm saying you get in that,
Yeah.
you're going that way as soon as you jump in that water. He brings up the bodies, and then like something really strange happened, and I think I liked the Tiffobot. I like when Finn got to beat his ass again and kill him yet again. He killed the
Yeah.
spirit. Actually with the Invisible Man beating his ass. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I think he was just like
this
so that part was, corny, fair. Corny but fair is what I'll label this one because part of me is just reactionary where I'm like,
you allowed it,
yeah,
Tiffobot.
that's right. I allowed it.
I allowed it.
And I do like because you know what? If you got the chance to beat the shit out of your like captor, your abuser like that, you'd be
After
like,
you
hell
just beat his
yeah, I'm
ass with
smashing his face into
a
the
pit of
glass.
tail, you can beat him ass again.
Yep, I'll take my chance again.
He really, if it's a part 3, he really, really, really gonna hate Finn.
He's gonna really have to just I did talk about this with my friend. I was like, imagine if like the next installment is him at college and he's just getting a phone call and he's like, oh my god, I'm trying to study for exams.
Damn, dude,
Yeah, just now he's just sick of it. He's not even scared anymore. He's just like, okay,
yeah,
stop calling.
yeah. So Daddy made it. I thought he was gonna die down in that water. You know,
Hmm.
and then we had this, this. First of all, we had this breakthrough. You got to stop the weed. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, everyone here has a substance abuse issue.
Don't do drugs. Daddy found out it wasn't his fault. Little girl tell
Oh
everybody.
yes, we forget to say that the black phone, the grabber comes and is the reason the mom killed herself. It wasn't, or he killed her. It wasn't like she just killed
But
herself,
she was tripping though. I'm like,
which was a big relief for
you wait till the
everybody.
middle of the night to get in your car to go over there by yourself. You didn't even get one of your girlfriends to go with you. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You crazy. You could have saw that in the daytime. You need to be out there in the middle of the night by yourself. Your husband don't even know who you with. And so what a ball buster he was, right? She's a religious gal, had so much light, and she married this asshole, and she can't even say Jesus in the house no more. I was like, damn, what
Yeah,
a piece
what's
of
going
shit.
on there?
Yeah, piece of shit,
And
man.
then we're like, and then he's like, just in this, I would like categorize him as like what, like a lovable goober. Because in the first one, he's portrayed as a big asshole,
Shit. Yeah, he was a piece of
and
shit.
then in this one, he's kind of just like, no shucks, guys.
Yeah.
That was the vibe.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah. But he served a purpose. He helped bring the thing up, so
Yes. He's there. He did his job. So
very
then, it's all over.
Yep.
Okay. And I thought that the scene, they're carrying out like their little suitcases and and I was like, imagine grabbing your like weekend pillow that you're like, after you've like killed
a
a
ghost.
dream monster and you're like, I gotta get my shit.
Yeah. I would have left all that shit.
I would be like, you know what? I don't even want to
Goddamn
think
car.
about this anymore.
Put this goddamn car, let's
Everything
go.
here is tainted. Every time I put on that Nirvana t-shirt or whatever, I'm gonna be like, nah, I hate this.
I would have never got back into that cap.
Hell no! I mean, like, listen, let everybody get in the car now, and as a matter of fact, burn the whole place down.
You
'Cause this
goddamn
is
right.
over.
Light that one up, light that one up, light that one up. So
And then they're like, and then of course, this is the worst thing in the entire movie. Ring a ding ding,
the mama,
black phone too.
Oh,
He gets the phone. Yes, and the mom's on the phone. There's nothing wrong with it, but I thought this was maybe the meanest thing where she's like talking, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, tell your brother I like him too." Click.
I kind of thought that too. You
I
know,
was like, "Really?
tell him
Wait,
it's gonna
if
be
you
all
ever
right, son.
wa-
I got you. I'm always with them. No, tell him I miss him too. See
Yeah,
y'all later.
if you
Bye.
ever wondered of whether or not you were the favorite child and then you
Mhm.
got confirmed from beyond the grave, like your ghost mom was like, "Yeah,
Mom
tell
says
him I
hi.
said."
Get in the car. Oh,
Yeah,
she
leave her.
said she loves you as much as me too. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
which totally sounds like mom didn't say jack shit, even
Yeah.
though we as the audience know she did. But then
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh yeah," she said, "You too."
But still a heartwarming moment though. I liked it.
Sure.
You know, I was like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. So now they can like move forward and not like be stuck in this bullshit moving forward. They, she understood that she don't
Sure.
have a curse. Because I forgot about that. I said, oh, she's because the question she asked, I was like, what kind of question? I was like, oh yeah, but she has been like, I'm a freak. This is fuck. I don't want this power. This sucks. But so that made sense that she did
Yeah,
ask
but
that
I
question.
don't think that's gonna make it any easier. Like if all your like like having horrible, horrible dreams, it doesn't matter if you're not actually crazy and
Away
that's
from
really
me.
happening. You're still suffering.
Yeah, man. I would have been like, what Jesus look like? That'd have been my question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what happens next? And the phone just goes
I know.
like
What do you get to do? Give me like your perfect day. Anyway,
Tell your
so
brother I said hi.
yeah, man. So they drive off, man, and I didn't hang around, and it was weird because the theater lights didn't come on when the credits started
Oh,
rolling.
I didn't hang around.
No, me neither. So I was like, I mean, I got up in the dark and left. You know what I'm saying? I said, what if they gonna show something? Because I was just like, I'm trying to go, and I had to get up in the dark and look, look for the stairs and shit. Normally they,
Mhm.
no. I said maybe it was another scene.
Maybe.
Probably a damn phone ringing by itself.
Yeah, you stay for the whole credits, and then somewhere a phone is like, "Brr, brr," and then that's it. That
Yeah.
would piss me the fuck off if I stayed for it. And look at me. I'm imagining this happening and then getting mad about an imagined scenario. I'm not even confirmed that it happened.
Yeah. So, man, I dug it. Thank you for some spooky because I was getting nervous after long legs and stuff like that.
Lord,
I was like, I'm not scared yet, y'all. Not that I was terrified. I wasn't,
sure.
but it had a couple of jump scares that was cool. Like you said, a little boy underneath the thing, and
Hmm.
then it had that you know, when the grabber just grabbed her ass, started throwing her around that room. It was like, oh shit! It wasn't a jump scare, but it was scary because it's like, oh, when they made it real tough, it got real for me. I was like,
That's
oh,
when you were like bought in. You're like,
oh
hell yeah,
yeah. I
I'm
was like,
scared.
no, it's not like it just happens in our dreams, like a Freddy Krueger thing. Because I was like,
Mm.
y'all kind of close. And then like when that happened, it was like, oh, this is different. He's actually there. And especially the snowman thing too, scary as hell. Like when they hit that window the first time, I was like, huh.
I that fucking snowman out there, hilarious.
You kind of see something coming. I hate when they get to do the tight shot,
Mm.
because then they doing all looking around and stuff. You're like, oh god, they're gonna do something.
You're gonna scare me.
Yeah, yeah,
You're trying to try to scare me in this
yeah,
horror
yeah, yeah,
movie.
yeah, 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 jackasses. Anyway, that's it, Tiff. I think we
All
came to do
right.
what we got it done, man. Like, yeah, it was okay for Tiffobot. It was a little better for that to me.
Hmm.
I leaned heavy with the 74%, but maybe a little higher. Maybe, yeah. As far as horror movies, it's pretty good.
I think like a lot of times if you can just like depending on your mood, because if you're in the mood for something like silly or goofy, then sometimes a movie feels even more to me if I'm looking for something that I think is going to be goofy, and then it turns out to be like not good or goofy.
Yeah,
Than if I'm looking for something to be good. Like for this movie, I was like, yeah, like it's not the best movie I've ever seen. I did like the first one better, but like I had a good time. I wasn't like mad. There's been times when we've been at the theater and I was mad when I left. It's just, you know what I mean? So,
I know
gotta give it some grace.
being mad. I think the last movie that made me mad, honestly, was that District 9. Like I hated that movie. I know you love
That's crazy that
it.
District 9.
Yeah, it
You know
pissed
what
me
movie
off.
do
I
you
was
know
so
what
mad. I
movie
was
made
like,
me
I'm pressing
so
waste on my ink.
mad?
Yes, what was that?
The fucking Transformers movie, Knights of the whatever.
It's pretty bad.
That was so bad.
It really
Like
was
that literally did make me mad.
pretty bad.
So,
You don't have big robots fighting back, so I gotta give it that.
I'm just saying, it could be worse. It could literally piss you off.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't even think. Well, anyway, so man, we can't do the damn thing. We got it done. If you are in the mood for some brand new sci-fi action, just click off and look in about what 5 minutes,
Yeah,
and
give
there's
us
going to
5
be
minutes, we'll be back.
a whole nother show, man. We're going to do Tron Ares. So yes,
We went to the movies twice
you damn
in
right.
the same weekend.
Yeah, in 1 week,
I'm
unprecedented.
like, listen to us act like doing something that probably a lot of people do. We're like, "Ooh, big dogs, big
Right, right,
dogs."
right. So, Tiff, I'm the host of Fans of Troll. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable co-host, Miss Tiffobot. Say goodbye to people, Tiff.
I'll see you in a minute, people.
All right, and until the next show, man, we will be